incredible guest tonight. You know, I was not going to do Sunday night service because we were doing tornado cleanup, but Lori Marini, did I say that right?
You did, yes.
Reached out to me and wanted to share what she has to offer, and I can't wait to tell you all this. And so I decided to go ahead and do it. As chaotic as it is, you know, you might as well do it while we can. And this sweet lady is offering up an offer to our tribe and to anyone in Nashville. And while you guys are getting logged on, I want you to hit your heart buttons, hit your like buttons, and share this, start a watch party, whatever it is you need to do. I think it's a little bit delayed, so I can't tell if people are logging on or not. I remember this happened last week as well. So as soon as, apparently we're live on Facebook, but we're on Be Live right here. So anyway, hit your heart buttons, hit your like buttons so that we know we're live and we can tell we're actually on here. But I want to tell you about Lori. Good Lord, Lori. I had a friend named Lori. Lori is a certified cancer coach, correct? But
correct.
So much more than that right now, right? And so she reached out to me. Lori lost her home in the tornado a few weeks ago. And she was displaced actually when she reached out to me. In fact, it was just yesterday that you got your home back, that you've gotten to a home. Am I correct?
That's correct. We moved yesterday.
Oh my goodness. So 1 week after the tornado, she reached out to me, wanted to do something for our tribe. And she was living in a hotel with her French bulldog and her boyfriend. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness. Okay. She's a certified life and cancer coach. And she is actually going to be providing and talking about what she's going to offer up to us tonight, which is complimentary coaching sessions for Nashvillians, right, that were affected by the storm. So we and you can get your life back on track, back in order, and start living that life, the great life that you have. And I am so honored with her. She works on mindset. She works on nutrition. Am I right?
Correct.
Movement, all the things involved in a healthy life. And as a coach, I've never had a coach before, but she told me today she wants people to know that there's help. There's help out there to be had, and she's offering this up. But a little bit about her. She's a pathology assistant, which I don't even know. I never knew what that was. Never even heard of this word in this career until 3 weeks ago when Kate and I went to eat, and Kate was telling me all about pathology assistants. And here I've met one. I never even seen one. And you did this for 20 years, correct?
Yeah, we're a very small community. When I started, I think there was only 600 of us in the country. It's grown a little bit, but what we do is we're part of the diagnostic process for patients. So whether it's surgical pathology, autopsy pathology, forensic pathology, we are part of the care team. And we're kind of like the unsung heroes that people don't know about.
Wow, that's unbelievable. So not an actual pathologist, but a pathologist. I mean, that's fascinating to me. I had no idea. I had no idea you're part of it. Tell them what you did. Like genomics is your thing, and you were studying. Were you working with breast cancer or tumor?
Yeah.
You were working.
Yeah, and that's it. I have a very convoluted story, and honestly, I started off in diagnostic surgical pathology, and then my career evolved where I was helping a prestigious Boston hospital set up their Center for Cancer Precision Medicine. So that just catapulted me in a completely different world where I learned all about genetics and all about tumors and how tumors evolve over time. So my knowledge of the cancer world is really broad now. And so, part of what happened to me as to why I became a coach is because of the fact that I myself got diagnosed in 2017 with breast cancer. And at the time I was working for a world-renowned breast oncologist. So he was my first call. I mean, I was in the best shape of my life, no family history, and I found it on my baseline at 40 years old.
So you were, how did you find it? Did you have a mammogram?
No. The crazy part about the story is that a month ago, I was with my PCP. She did an exam on me. I always did monthly exams, and we never felt anything. She didn't feel anything. And I actually had a dream that prompted me to go and schedule the call to get the appointment. And I called. They had an appointment the very next day, which never happens. And then I went in and we actually found that I had 4 lesions on my left side. 4 lesions that they did not feel. So when people ask me, like, what can I do? Like screening. It was on my baseline.
So you had a mammogram is what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's how we found it.
And you were 40 years old. It was
Yeah.
your 40th year.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have a family history of breast cancer in your family?
No family history. And I was very physically active. I had really great nutrition. So I was doing all the right things and it still happened. And as a care, like a practitioner, I want to say, it was really difficult for me to be on the other side of the table. So when that happened to me, I was completely overwhelmed, even though I had the best care possible. I was scared. I was overwhelmed. And I said to myself, I've worked in hospitals for 20 years. If I feel this way, how do other people do it? Yes. And that's how I became a life coach. That's how, I evolved into a cancer coach. And that's why I spend my time. And I just really try to support as many people as I possibly can. Empower them to go beyond the fear and just leave them in a better space, right? Like to start living that life that they want to have, but they're just too afraid to just take that first step.
Wow. So for those of you that are watching, and I know that several of you are watching tonight that have had breast cancer and someone who's going through it right now, we're actually talking about tornado relief and storm relief and finding your groove back from that and getting some help, but reach out to her. And I've got her website actually on the link up here. So, wow. And when did you move to Nashville? When
Yeah, almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
And my boyfriend has been here for 10 years. So I've been in and out very often, but I was really just working on my career in New England. And so what I found through this whole process, with the tornado that happened 2 weeks ago,
yes,
I felt that it was just as traumatizing. And that's what kind of
really
made me think like, okay, I've gone through something really traumatizing and this is just as traumatizing, it's life-threatening. It completely changes your life. Everything that was normal in your life is completely gone. There's no more normalcy. And that's why I was like, well, there's no reason why I can't help people, our community, Nashville.
That's
just
right.
like I help cancer patients, right? And I also help their support team and their loved ones, right?
Yes.
As well, as a coach. So that's why I really am grateful to be on here to share this message that if there's anyone that needs help, needs support, needs the motivation to get yourself back into action, or you really need me to just go ahead and create an action plan with you to get your life back to where you need to go, because this is so traumatizing and it's so overwhelming that sometimes you just need a little support.
Yes, you do.
For us to be able to move yesterday, we had a lot of support from our community. We had 10 people show up to help us move, and I didn't know half of them. They just showed up at our door. They knew we were moving and they helped. And that's the Nashville way. And honestly, I could cry again right now.
And you're making me cry just thinking about it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm trying not to.
I didn't even go through the tornado, out here in Franklin, but just helping with the recovery and things, not recovery, but, helping people recover and things last week. I mean, I'm so emotional over that. And I don't know. Yes, that is the Nashville way. You said that beautifully. It is. And it's unbelievable when they have to put out a call to, okay, we have lots of supplies. We need money now, right? I mean, that we definitely are a volunteer state for a reason. But you lost your home. You were in a hotel until just yesterday. So for those of you all that don't know, and actually I need you guys to hit your heart buttons so I know what's going on here, because I'm having a hard time seeing who's on and who's not. for those of you that don't know, she lived in the Germantown area, and that was her apartment building that had the roof ripped off of it. That was all over the news for a week.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I've had patients. I had a lady in this week who lived in East Nashville, and I mean, their home is still there, but they're in a hotel because it's so damaged they can't be in. And she was talking about, well, the PTSD type.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, it was interesting. While she was in the office with me, we got the alert on the phone that there was a possible tornado warning or watch coming up. And I mean, it really brought back some scary moments for her. And she was sitting there. She checked it on her phone, and yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I was walking my dog Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, right after that watch had happened on Wednesday night, I believe. I think it was Wednesday.
I think that's right. Yes.
And Thursday morning, I was outside early walking my dog, and the winds were still picking up, and I just could not wait to get back inside. I mean, PTSD is the best way to describe it, but I find PTSD is like that for, tornadoes, hurricanes, cancer. It's all very similar, the emotions and everybody responds to it differently.
Yes, they do. So tell us what you do if somebody reaches out to you. So tell us what you're offering for the storm victims. Right.
So what I'm offering is a complimentary 30-minute session, one-on-one private phone call with me directly, to just hear your story, hear what you have going on, listen for what areas of your life that you are interested in getting some movement in. So whether that's just speaking emotionally, or if it's something you want a physical action plan where we could help you find a new home, go buy a new car if you need a new car, like whatever it is, and I will be your accountability partner in doing that. And I'll be your cheerleader.
So talk to us about life coaches in general, because excuse me, this would not be a cancer coach. So, but it overlaps. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Who needs a life coach? Tell me, I don't have a life coach. I could use a life coach. I can tell you that. Who needs a life coach? Who would reach out? Now, specifically cancer, we know that's a very small niche right there that is so needed. But who in general would need a life coach? What, why?
So honestly, everybody can use a life coach,
I know,
right? And that's why I'm certified as a professional and a life coach.
Yes, that's what you're get to.
How it works is that, honestly, we listen for the area of life that is important to you, that you want to work on. And sometimes you may not know. Like I had a conversation with somebody the other day, that was really struggling with the fact that they chose a specific treatment versus another. And they didn't even see it for themselves until I was kind of like, look, we could do whatever you want, but until the point of you like dealing with X, Y, and Z, you're never going to get movement in this area. And it's like talking to your best friend, right? Sometimes they give you the hard truth.
Yes.
And this is a one-on-one confidential. I mean, you could even do coaching in group settings as well, which I also do. But it's just really having a confidential conversation with somebody who's just looking for you to just become empowered in your life. And so we're different from therapists.
Okay.
The fact that we are not therapists. We don't get to the root cause of something.
Okay.
We don't look into the past. What we do is we look at where you are right now and where you want to go. And then we help you set up an action plan to do that. And then we have, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly phone calls where we catch up. A lot of us, I know I do this where I'm available by text message or emails 24 hours a day. So if you get stuck and we don't have an appointment, you could still reach out to me and I will give you guidance and some support around whatever it is that you're struggling with.
As a rule, is it done by Skype or Zoom, or is it on the phone, or how do people usually coach? Or are you in person? I mean, because
we can be. Honestly, we can do all of that, and it's up to the comfort level of the person, right? So that's part of the initial conversation of, are you okay with video? Do you want to have video? Do you want it to be a phone call? Some of my clients are by text message only. Or you could go and have a cup of coffee and have your session. I mean, I've done all of those. So it's really up to the individual client.
And and you said some are weekly. What's like average? What do people usually do? Do they start off? Is it kind of like counseling to where you start off, every week and then you go down to every 2 weeks? I mean, how does it, or is it different for everyone?
Honestly, it depends on how quickly you want movement and how much you are engaged in making that happen. And so what I mean by that is, say we, our first call, we'll set up an action plan. We'll have a follow-up call the next week. And if by the next week you haven't met any of your goals, then we'll have a conversation of, do you need more time in between our sessions? Or are you really interested in like having this result show up for you, that you want to have weekly sessions? Sometimes some people choose 2 sessions a week because it's just, they really just want to go and break through in that area.
And you keep saying the word movement. And so I always think of moving the needle. I always talk to patients, we got to move the needle over here, and it's hard. Exactly. It's basically the same thing. So you listen, you have, like I have a big intake package with patients and all. Do you have a big package paperwork they fill out and they tell you what's going on? I mean, walk me through it. Say I called you and I said, all right, and I'm not talking the free session. We're talking, I'm saying, all right, I'm stuck over here. I'm stuck. I need to, work on some things in my life.
Okay. So we will have, every coaching session has an introduction session, discovery session, I like to call it. And what that does is has us both feel each other out, right? Sure. See if I'm a good fit for you, if you're a good fit for me. Because if you don't mesh and you can't work with somebody, there's no point in continuing on, right?
I tell patients that every week. Look, if you don't like me, that I work for you and you can fire me at any moment, or any other provider. And if we're not a good fit, let me help you find someone who is a good fit for you.
Exactly. Right? 1000%. Exactly. And then from there, after that discovery session, if a client chooses to sign on, I will send a questionnaire and we'll get into more in depth over what we've talked about. And so though everything is done online, virtually, and they'll sign up, they'll fill out the questionnaire. And then and there's also a question of, on our next call, what is the one area that you would really want to focus on? Okay. And then from there, that helps me come up with some ideas or some action plans or questions that I can really support the client with. But also what I found, it gets clients in a mindset of that they're thinking about it. And they might have movement even before that phone call happens, because it's something that they've declared as being something that they're passionate about and they want to make a change in, right? I don't know. I'm sure you've seen that as well.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I'm fascinated by it. I know I need a coach. I know I need a life coach. I need a life. I know I need it. So, I'm
happy to help you. I'm excited.
I think it'd be great. And then do people work themselves out of this, or is this something they eventually? Now, you've been doing this since 2017. Is that correct? Or were you doing any of this before your cancer?
So I was doing a lot of this at work, which is kind of where it came up, where I was coaching employees, right? Wow. And it's very similar, where I was helping guide them to whether it was a different job opportunity or if they wanted to go to school for something else. Like, I always have taken on that role of supporting people and listening for their greatness. Yes. After 2017, when this happened, I'm like, I really need to make this official. And that's when I went through the program, and my business has been up and going for over a year officially. Mm-hmm.
Wow. And guys, her website, which is lorimarini.com, right?
Correct.
That's it. Just as simple as that. I went all through her website today, and she's got amazing testimonials. She's got great stuff there. I didn't realize you have a podcast.
I do. So I have a podcast for, it's called Conversations with Courageous Cancer Warriors.
Yes.
And I provide the opportunity for people to share their stories. So whether they are cancer survivors, or I like to call them cancer warriors, because we're warriors indeed.
Yeah.
For healthcare staff that supports them, loved ones. I also have healers on there. So I would love to have you join me on one of these.
Oh, you do? Okay. Because when I was looking through it, I just saw cancer survivors, different stories of different cancers, not just breast cancer. I mean, all colorectal, every cancer I was looking through, and that is fantastic. And I saw you're on iTunes. I mean, you're all over.
I am. I'm on iTunes, Spotify, Anchor, all the major.
What is the name of the podcast again for people here?
Conversations with Courageous Cancer Warriors.
Okay. All right. That's a mouthful. I'll remember it. I'll remember it. But guys, check her website out for sure. For sure. I was just texted my friend to see who is just going through radiation right now with breast cancer. And I said, "Are you watching this?" And she said, "Yep." And she's here.
Oh, hi.
She's here in Nashville. So anyway, okay. So what else? So life coaching, you're offering. You have your regular coaching session with cancer patients, but we're offering to help Nashvillians recover emotionally, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And get their life back on track.
Yeah. So what I have set up is I have a proven system that is definitely for cancer patients, but like I said, it can 100% be used for anybody who is going through PTSD with this tornado. I've personally used it. Many others have used it, and it's really been successful in just getting people back to a life that they love. Yes. And you mentioned it earlier. It deals with mindset. It deals with lifestyle. It deals with nutrition. Everything that, it's so easy to be going through something like this and just falling off the wagon of everything else that you do. Like, you don't go to the gym. You start eating fast food when you never eat fast food because it's the only thing available to you.
Right.
You stop making the smart choices you need to make. And it's really hard to not do that. Right. It's kind of like, it's almost innate within us to kind of make bad decisions when we're going through trauma. Exactly. So whether that's sugar, whether that's alcohol, like everybody has their own vice. So
yes.
So I have a 3-step system that works on just kind of keeping you on track.
Guys, I'm telling you, you need to reach out to her. And on her website, there's a form to fill out for a discovery session. Is that correct? Is that what it's called? What's it called?
So a discovery session. And the pop-up that's on my website currently is my 10 steps to wellness. And so if you sign up there, you could actually go and download that PDF. But there's also a link specifically for the Nashville tornado survivors as well.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm so excited. And I'm just, thank you for reaching out to me. And I know you have so much. Guys, this is what is it that Mr. Rogers used to say? Always look for the helpers. Or his mom used to tell him when there's a trauma, when there's things going sideways, always look for the helpers in the situation. And this is one of them right here. Whoa, I'm pointing that, but it's not showing. She is one of the helpers. She too has gone through trauma. Well, cancer, and now losing your home and the trauma of that. And she's offering up her help. And I just wanted to lift her up tonight and to sing her praises for reaching out to me. She doesn't know me. She never met me. We've never even met. We've only seen each other on here. But I'm telling you, there are amazing people out there in this world. And we need to take advantage of what she has to offer for you all. Especially we're going through, the storm, and then we have, COVID-19 going on, and people are living in a sense of fear and panic. And when you're in fear, and when you're panicked, and when you're stressed, and when you're worried, I'm telling you right now, your immune system goes in the tanker.
And your poor adrenals, right?
Oh my goodness, yes. And there's help. There's help out there, and she's one of the people that can help us and that can help you. And the fact that you involve nutrition and mindset and lifestyle in all of this is key, because it's not just one way. This is eating well, sleeping well, moving well, pooping well, decreasing stress, cultivating community. We are the loneliest society known to man in history. We are lonelier now than we ever have been. And this, what we have happening right now with the virus is we are selectively isolating ourselves.
Yes.
And I have had the news on since 6 a.m. this morning watching this. It's been nonstop. So, that's not healthy. I should have turned on praise and worship music all day. And I didn't, because I can't turn my eyes away from it. So when you have a coach, somebody who's educated in how to help you see the flip side of things or turn things around or see another version of it. I mean, I'm grateful. Thank you.
I'm so honored and grateful that I've been able to share my message with everybody. So thank you for the opportunity tonight, and to just, I stand in, if I help one person a day, I've done my job. Yes. So right now I feel that just knowing that there are people, like you said, helpers out there, I know it makes me feel so much better. And so I just really thank you for also being a helper and for allowing me to share my message today.
Thank you. And her website is Lori Marini. I can't say it. I don't know why I want to call you Maroney. Marini, lorimarini.com, correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. Phone number. Should they call or email? What is best?
Email is probably best.
Okay.
If that's okay. So it's lorimariniLGS@gmail.com.
Yes. And we will put that up here. So whenever we log off of here, Lori, you can type anything out that you want. Perfect. And people are asking questions and things. So we'll see whenever we log off of here, you'll see it on the real Facebook. But I thank you for being here. I knew it was going to be a short one tonight because we've all got things to get done, but I wanted to introduce you to our tribe and introduce our tribe to you, because we also have a private Facebook group called Inside Out Healing from Within. You need to link onto that. I'm going to share this over there, but I need you to join that group.
I would love that.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yes. And then you can share anything you want, your website, your fees, however you want to do that. We normally don't talk fees on here because we just let them deal with whoever we're talking to. But guys, reach out to her. We're proud of you. I'm so glad you need to unpack. You need to take care of yourself as well,
Yes, I know.
Right? Because, you've gone through a rough. You've had cancer, you've lost your home, and now you're trying to get resettled and back in. Don't do too much. Listen to your elders over here. You have to set some boundaries. All right.
I have a wonderful coach myself. So yeah,
I do. So you have the coach's coach. That's good. That's what we need. I'm a big believer in boundaries and eliminating, automating, and delegating everything that you can, especially during this strange season that we're in right now. And it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. I do know that, but we do have to protect our energy and protect ourselves. I mean, don't you agree?
I agree 1000%. I do.
I agree.
Really do.
So we're going to log off here in just a minute, but I'm so grateful. Thank you. You're not going to go anywhere. As soon as I log off here, you and I'll stay on and talk. But guys, update on COVID-19 and integrative family medicine. So as of today, many of you may have seen my live video that I shared earlier today from the sauna. I was sitting in the sauna at the office, and I did a Facebook Live because I'm trying to sweat it out and, stay healthy. But as of tomorrow, whole new policies in the office. We are open. We are not closing unless we are told we have to close. Or one of us tests positive for COVID-19, and nobody is sick in my office. Praise God, knock on wood. Look, I'm on day one of the detox. I'm drinking my bone broth over here from Brothers Health Food. I'm doing everything in my power. But as of tomorrow, everyone who walks in that office will wash their hands before they do anything. They will wash their hands. We have 4 sinks and we have 4 hand washing stations and sanitizing areas set up. Allie spent an hour and a half scrubbing the floors, the handles, everything today. If you are a patient of mine tomorrow or going forward, you will have a screening a screening that you'll go through. If it's positive, you'll need to go over to Vanderbilt walk-in clinic, but we will be taking temperatures. We'll be weighing you. We will not be doing blood pressures because we can't sterilize the blood pressure cuff. So we can't do that. in the supplement store. And I will be sitting 6 feet away from you in the exam room now, where I'm normally right up on people and touching their thyroids and doing all that. No touching. We're not touching each other. We're all big huggers in our office. In the supplement store, we will personally be getting the supplements for you all off the shelves. No patients are going to be touching supplements. Okay. So we're doing that. We also, I've already got my first delivery for tomorrow. If you need us to deliver your supplements, we can. I have somebody who can do that. Or we have a big cooler out back that we will have your name on it, and your supplements will be in there if that's what you need. Or if you're coming in, we'll take care of it there in person. But just, we are protecting ourselves and we are protecting you. And that's what we have to do. I mean, don't you agree? We don't need to panic by any means, but you just need to be prudent, and you need to keep your body, keep your hydration up, take your vitamins, take your supplements, rest, eat well, sleep well, and just use proper measures. Wash your hands, stay away, 6 feet away from people if possible, and don't be outside. Use this time to clean your house. I cleaned my refrigerator. I took everything out. I scrubbed every shelf. I don't think I'd done that in everything was out. Everything was out of the refrigerator. Every shelf was out. It was an empty refrigerator. And then I did the same thing with the freezer. I did my one cabinet. I mean, I'm doing some cleaning. Now, you moving into your new place, you get to set it up just the way you want it. And
yeah, it's the only perk, to be honest. It's the only perk, in that I have nothing in my fridge. So I get to start new. Right? I mean, it's the positive.
Oh my!
I don't have to look at expiration dates. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So business as usual at Integrated Family Medicine, with just a few tweaks on there. Next Sunday night, I am scheduled to have Marie from Earth's Glory CBD, the CBD company that we use. She's the head chemist. She does the distilling. She is brilliant. She formulates the formulas. She is scheduled to be on. Now, I don't know. That could change. Anything could happen between now and next Sunday, but that will be a great Sunday night service on the power of cannabis and the endocannabinoid system. And it's actually perfect timing to do that, as anxious as people are, talking about how great CBD is. But guys, appreciate you. We love you. Thank you, Lori, for being on here. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and what you do. And I know that, you're going to get phone calls. Go to her website. The website is up here on the link, and sign up and share the love, and join her Facebook page. What is your Facebook page?
It's Lori Marini Coaching.
There you go. It's as simple as that. Lori Marini Coaching. We got it. All right, guys, we appreciate you. Have a great night. Get some rest tonight. And if you have to go to work tomorrow, then be safe, be careful, and wash your hands. I'll see you later.